Welcome back to Sarita's garden. So we just had a bunch of rain yesterday and we thought we would get out this morning. This is Saturday, September 27th. Yes. So Brad and I are walking around. We're at the northwest side and we're just wanting to document where the standing water is. And so we've got a couple spots up here around black sapote there. And this is where the big oak tree used to be here, and so this is a mango, and then up in there we've got a what's that thing? Sapodilla up in there. So what we basically planned for our paths and stuff is that we're trying to mulch heavily and then make these paths, so then the paths can be full of water, because we don't care if the path is full of water, but then we want to try and keep the beds a little bit raised, mulched, and, less affected by the standing water. So the goal is to have the water in the paths, which we seem to have, and then we were just going to kind of check, like, how squishy it is.
It's good.
Seems pretty good in there.
Yeah.
How much water, how we kind of protect the plants in the bed. So, like we've got an avocado back here. Hopefully that's raised up enough. I see some water back there by the fence line, which is fine. And, but I don't think I've ever really noticed water here before.
It's a little squishy.
Then the other thing that I thought was a little interesting is this is September. We've had a super dry summer. Barely any rain at all until literally like the calendar turned to September. And we've had rain most days this month. And I was feeling like we've had a lot of rain. And so I looked back to this week and I was like, well, we only had like a couple inches this week. But then I just counted up the month rain. And, okay, we'll pause here. This is in front of the oak. And so we do have a lot of water here, which is fine. This is going to kind of be our path. But we could also plant like vetiver or something in here if we wanted to. Did we talk about that? Maybe doing some vetiver in here?
Maybe. It seems like it raises up and then it's wet back there, and obviously this is definitely a little bit of a low spot.
Yeah.
But it's not as bad over here because it raises up. But
that's good for the shampoo ginger. It likes a little bit of water, but I don't know how happy that shampoo ginger is there. It seems to get like a lot of sun, more sun than I would think it would underneath an oak. This is the oak right up top here. I think because it's on the east side, it gets
more things need to grow up around it so it'll shade it.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely some decent amount of rain back here. Or, sorry, standing water. So this is good for us to see because the first year we moved here, we didn't have anything planted, and we did have a ton of standing water. Like, it looked like a lake, this whole back part of the yard, and we're not seeing that today. Okay, back to my calculation of all the rain. Did I tell you the number yet, babe?
Nope.
17 inches.
Holy
since September.
Wow.
So it's no wonder we've got some retention, and it's just sort of like building up. But this was an area that was pretty inundated with water 2 years ago. Okay, so there's a little bit around the jackfruit there. Not too bad, though, but it is a low spot, I guess.
Our maize are high enough up.
Yeah, it does seem like we've got the maize high enough up. So, because they don't like they like a lot of water, but they don't want it standing. They're very particular. More water in the path, which is good. And then over here, this is where we typically, and even this month, we've seen some standing water in through here.
This bed is...
How's it feel in the bed by the mango?
Actually, it's not bad.
Not too bad.
No, it's not. I mean, I think all these weeds soaked it up.
We have a lot of weeds in there, a lot of Biden's alba. But we do have several vetiver clumps in there. We've got a lot of bananas. So this is the most rain on this side. So,
wow.
sorry, the most, oh, my boots are leaking.
This
I had a
is
feeling that my boots might have
super deep.
a little bit of holes there. So we've definitely got some water there being held. Our neighbor over there is higher than us, and a lot of her water from her paddocks come over into our yard. So where Brad's walking, we built a big ditch, and we have that filled with yard scraps and cuttings and stuff like that. So this is the most wet area, but again, it's paths. What's it like up there in the bed?
It's not near as, I mean, it's not standing. I think it's better.
Yeah. And then this is why we've planted so much up high here. This is kind of the raised area that goes up to where the pool is, and this is where we plant all the high and dry things like papaya, cassava. And so good thing we have, because you can see like the water line down here to the right of Brad, kind of where this line of coconuts is.
This is definitely a low spot here.
We historically always get a lot of water here, and we've talked about planting other things back here, so it's good. We got to really like keep in mind how deep this can get.
You'd have to really berm it up, that far.
It'd have to be a big mound. Birds are happy. I had wanted you guys to hear the frogs. I don't hear them right now, but so this is all a little bit raised.
Plantains growing. This is definitely better. Well, I can see the water.
This is a plantain that's starting to fruit. Say that again?
This is where it was always super flooded. I mean, it's still water in there.
Yeah.
But I guess it's a little more contained.
Yeah,
with
definitely.
The 3 veggies sucking it up.
Yep. So these are our banana beds, banana belt down through here, which these guys love water. It'll be interesting to see how much of this soaks up today.
Yeah.
And like what it looks like tomorrow. Alright, so that's the south side. We'll come around here, getting over to the east side. And this side historically does get quite wet, which it is. There's a lot of water over here, so let's take a little view here. So in this bed we've got mango, bananas, breadfruit. Those can all handle some water. And then you can see down where the well is. This is historically where we do get a ton of water. It's wet.
But I guess, the bed is...
Say that again?
I mean, it's deep here, but this is... Oh, I guess it is... It's soggy.
A little bit soggy inside. But it's not like it is outside.
No, it's not. I mean... Jesus. Wow, this is like 5 inches.
This is where we have had... this is what we've had before here. We've had a big pond, and I told Brad we'd be kayaking this morning instead of gardening through the yard. So I think maybe we should get those mosquito dunks.
Maybe, yeah. Sweet.
Hopefully we'll have some birds, ducks coming by today, because I think this is when the frogs, I don't remember if it's at nighttime, but the frogs like lay their eggs, and then there's like a bazillion tadpoles and more frogs. So yeah, this is a pretty wet area. Bananas in there. Hog plum has never seemed to mind that. Ice cream bean, that's that tall dark thing. It's kind of hard to see with the light, but that can handle lots of water. So yeah, there's water inside that bed. It's pretty wet in there. The sepidilla, looks like we have that up enough.
Yeah.
I kind of can't remember, but I think sepidillas can handle a little standing water, but now I'm not actually sure if that's correct. So that's the sepidilla in there. That's the variety is that Silaswood sepidilla. It's starting to look good. We probably need to trim away some stuff around it so it can get a little bit more sunlight. Okay, we're on the last stretch here. This is the east side. We have typically gotten a lot of water right in this bed. How's it feeling there?
It's not near as, it's not standing really.
Yeah, we've got a lot growing in there. Seems like that's helping. Again, water in the pathways, we're cool with that. We're trying to keep it out of the beds so that things don't die and get suffocated with the water at their roots. Obviously this area, this is an elevated berm kind of near our house. That's fine. Over here, this is our little native area, but this is good to keep in mind that, like, if we ever plant around the ponds, this can be really wet. So this is up nice and high here. Pretty wet by the fence line. And then black sapote, that's here. That can be in some standing water. And I'm pretty sure I'm remembering that correct. All right, then this whole bed area, this is where when we first moved here, we started with bananas, papayas, and had some other stuff in here that died. Moringa. There's several papayas. Moringa died, but then it did come back. So we have planted pretty heavily in here. Let's check it out and see what it's like inside there.
Mulberries look good.
Mulberries look really good.
Somebody likes eating the leaves.
It looks kind of dry in there.
Yep, it's definitely
not even like squishy?
Nope.
Wow, that's
Soaked
pretty
up.
cool. We have put a lot of mulch and a lot of work into that bed. Papayas. This is a new bed we did. Brad put in these 3 bananas, a couple clumps of vetiver, and then we recently put an ice cream bean at the end here. And we did that because we do know that this gets pretty wet along here. So
these things exploded.
The vetivers, they did get really tall.
6 feet tall now.
And so not too bad in the bed. Water outside the bed. Fine.
That guy's looking good.
Yeah, ice cream bean is looking good. That's that guy there. And a little wet up here. That's normal. We've got some vetiver in there. And then the swale is just right down over there. But it doesn't seem like our water ever like goes up and over into the swale. It just stays in our yard. We could do something about that. We could dig like a ditch or something to encourage the water out. So this is the northeast section. Nothing really like up here.
No.
I didn't really remember
just a little bit higher up here.
I was always worried about that.
Oh, this is good.
That bed in there because everything in there kind of died. Papayas that were in there. And it seems like that's a better area. And then up here by the fence, really not. This is like kind of all high area somehow.
No standing water up here.
We did mound up this avocado huge, like, because we weren't sure. We couldn't remember if there would be any standing water here. Oh yeah, we have the mamey back here. That's up nice and high. No wetness there. There is a lot of mulch here, so that does help. So this was the bed I was talking about where I had planted papayas and they all died. And some of it might have been just because it's not squishy at all in there. It's a mulberry that's growing up. That's, I think, Australian Turkish variety of mulberry. I think some of it is not necessarily if there's standing water, but how long it stays soggy, like whether it drains or not. But by the driveway, really nothing where water's retained. That's cool.
Well, the active rain, it was 3 inches by that. by the gate, but
yeah, there was a lot when it was raining, but next day it's drained
somewhere.
away, which is awesome. Oops, sorry about my finger, guys. All right, well, that's our recap for the September 27th update of, I think my math was 17.1 inches of rain based on our gauge this month. That's just for September. Thanks for watching Sarita's Garden. See you next time.